Hello and welcome 12 Commerce students. Today in this business studies class, I am going to discuss another topic from financial management, and that is factors to be considered in determining the capital structure of a business. The factors to be determined for the factors to be considered for determining the capital structure of a business. To read that, to learn that, to understand this, first we need to know about capital structure. What is a capital structure of a business? Capital structure. Now, what is a capital structure? The capital of a company. The capital of a company is formed of two things. One is owned capital, another is debt capital. One is owned capital, another is borrowings. According to borrowings, according to ownership, capital of a company can be divided into two distinct categories. The first one is owned capital, that is the equity share capital, the retained earnings, and the borrowed capital, that is the debt capital, which is borrowed from outside. For example, some kind of debentures, some kind of loans that are borrowed from the outside, the borrowed capital which has to be returned, and for that interest is paid regularly. Those type of capital are called debt capital or borrowed capital of a company. So company's capital structure is formed of equity or owned capital and debt capital or borrowed capital. Now, this capital structure is consist of these two types of capital, owned capital and debt capital. Now, the factors to be considered for determining these type of capital, the own or the debt one, whatever, these factors we will learn today one by one. The first factor for determining the capital structure of a business. Capital structure means the ratio in which we will take the own capital and the debt capital. What should be the ratio that is maintained by a company so that own capital and debt capital can be taken in which ratio? That is the main thing of a capital structure. So first factor to be considered is nature of business. The first point is nature of business. Nature of business is the first point of determining the capital structure of a business. The nature of business of a company determines the extent to which equity capital or debt capital should be raised. If the company is engaged in business activities in which earnings are stable, then the company can go for equity share capital. But if the business activities are not stable, they are subjected to fluctuations, in that case, debt capital should not be there. Debt capital can be taken for the companies which are stable company, which are earning stable profit. Then in case of those companies, debt capital can be raised, capital from outside can be raised, as well as equity capital can also be utilized. But if the company's profits are subjected to fluctuations, then it is better to depend on own capital and not to borrow from outside. So any debt capital should not be there because profits are fluctuating, and for that reason returning capacity of a company is less. For that it should be less dependent on borrowings of outside and more dependent on own capital. So it varies from companies to companies. Stable company can go with debt capital and own capital, but unstable companies with more fluctuations, companies subjected to more fluctuations, can only go for equity and not for much debt capital. Debt capital can be raised, but not much debt capital. So this is the nature of business signifies. This is the first point. Second is size of the business. Size of business really matters, because if the size of the business is small, for small size business, equity share capital is enough. Raising of equity share capital is enough. But if the size of the business is larger and it is growing day by day, and equity capital or retained earnings, that is plowing back of old profit, is not sufficient for the company's expenses, to meet up the company's expenses, then the company can go for debt capital and can go for borrowings. If the company is growing and expanding day by day, then it can go for borrowings and not depending only on equity share capital. So this is the second point. Third point being cost of raising capital. Cost of raising capital is the third point. Third point, cost of raising capital is the third point. The cost of raising finance from various sources should be estimated carefully to decide which of the alternatives is cheapest. Securities which involve minimum cost should be preferred, otherwise there will be pressure on profit of the business. If the raising of capital from outside is costlier, then it should not be considered. Company should depend on its own profit and its own equity share capital and not from borrowing from outside, because borrowing from outside may be considered as costlier. So cost of capital should be kept in mind. It is an important factor which is to be considered, which is to be noted while raising the finance. Cost should be minimized. So capital raising, at the time of raising of capital, cost of capital should be kept in head. Fourth point will be financial solvency. Financial solvency is the fourth point of considering the capital structure. That is, the capital structure should involve minimum risk of financial insolvency. The use of excessive debt threatens the solvency of the company. Excessive debt, excessive borrowing should be avoided, because if it is a question to the solvency of the business, then a company should not go for it. Company should always depend on its own capital, that is equity capital, and its own retained earnings, and not on the borrowings. Because if financially they get insolvent, somehow the company, if they gets financially bankrupt or insolvent and is not in a position to pay off the borrowings, then the company will be in doom. Company will be wiped out. Company's existence will be in question. So in that case, if the question of financial solvency is there, one should not depend on debt capital. It should depend on always its own capital. Next point, coming to the next point, is elasticity of the capital structure. That is, capital structure should be flexible in nature. So elasticity. It is another important point. Why? Because the existing of the company should be flexible for effecting necessary changes in terms of need. A company can build up flexible capital structure by issuing. It should be flexible. It can change. Flexible means at any position it can change the ratio of debt capital and equity capital. At any time, if it may feel that I can raise the capital from outside, it can change the capital share ratio. Or if it feels like it should be more dependent on equity capital and less dependent on outside capital, it can change the debt equity ratio also. Company's ratio should be flexible. It can be changed. The debt and the own capital ratio can be changed any time depending on the situation of outside. It can be done. Next is cash inflows. Next important factor is cash inflows. Cash inflows. Cash inflows. Cash inflows means the ability of the company to discharge its fixed obligations, that is payment of interest, debt, payment of preference, depends on the availability of liquid cash. Hence, besides the profitability, it is necessary to estimate the cash inflows before deciding on the proportion of debt. If the cash inflows is more, suppose if the company's cash inflow is more, then the company can be less dependent on the borrowings of outside. But if the company's cash inflow is less, company has to depend on the debt capital. So dependability on the inside capital or outside capital, that is own capital and borrowed capital, depends on cash inflows. If cash inflow is much, dependent on borrowings will be less. If cash inflow is less, dependence on borrowing will be much more. So these are the important points that you have to learn when the question will be given, factors for determining the capital structure of a business. Apart from this, you can go for other points also if times permit, but these are the main important points that you should include in your answer. So till then, goodbye.